Hi, my name is Cat Kerr, and today we're going to be creating this butterfly card using Van Gogh watercolor to create a textured background. Now today I'm using a piece of 4x6 watercolor paper as well as a black cardstock that I folded and cut to fit the card. I'm also using Van Gogh's Pocket Pan Set watercolor set as well as Bruynzeel fine tip brush pens. Now I'm also going to be using this Hero Arts layered butterfly stamp set as well as one of their bold print stamps. I'm also using an ink pad, a glue stick, a pair of scissors, as well as some rhinestone stickers. And I'm also going to use a Sakura Micron 01 as well as selecting some Moonlight jelly rolls. Now, watercolor is not something that you would normally think about when using a rubber stamp, but it's easy to do when you have a large texture like this. So here I'm just using a brush and adding the color directly onto the stamp, and then I press the watercolor paper on top of the stamp, press it, and then just pull a print. Now there was a little bit of color left on the stamp, so I decided to pull a second one, and then I added some splatters, and then I just put these aside to dry. Next, I stamped the butterfly image onto another piece of watercolor paper, and then I've added color using two colors that I selected from the Bruynzeel set, and I'm using the brush tip side to add the color. Next, I'm taking two colors of the Moonlight jelly roll pens, and I am outlining the color that I put onto the butterfly. I'm not filling it in completely. I'm just going around the edges. I still want to see that original color, and this just gives it a little bit more dimension. Now that my watercolor background is dry, I'm going in with a Micron 01 and creating a very simple border. Next, I'm adding some of the yellow Bruynzeel brush pen just to the center rings of this design so that it helps the eye go to the focal. Next, I'm adding some more of that Moonlight color to the background, and then I cut out the butterfly, and using a glue stick, I adhere it to the center of the card. Next, I stamp my sentiment on the bottom part of the card and use that fine tip marker to finish off that butterfly. Then I take my glue stick and adhere it to the base of the card. Now I love having this black background because it allows me to use these Moonlight jelly roll pens to create an additional border. I finish off the card by adding some rhinestones, and this card is done. Now here's just a different color and design option.